Breaking news, it looks like Trey Smith will most likely hit free agency. Let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL. Here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about the breaking news that essentially just came out today about the Chiefs probably not tagging, as in franchise or transition tagging, their offensive lineman Trey Smith. This is per Nate Taylor of The Athletic, and they are most likely going to let him hit free agency. Now, I want to talk about a couple things here before we get to, the Bears, because obviously we know that Trey Smith has been sort of this big prize for the Bears per, all of the analysts and the reports that are making predictions for free agency. I want to talk about the fact that there is still a chance that the Kansas City Chiefs could re-sign Trey Smith, all right? They could work out a new deal. This does not mean that Trey Smith is a lock to hit free agency. This just means that the Chiefs aren't going to tag him because they don't want to have that cap hit heading into free agency. So they could essentially not have that cap hit and then come up with a new deal with Trey Smith. So that is still a possibility. But assuming that is not the case, and they're in fact letting him hit free agency, the Chicago Bears should be all over this. Now, I know a lot of people recently in the comments have said that, hey man, throwing a bag at Trey Smith, like, is he really that good? Are we making a mistake here? Is he slightly overrated, right? And the numbers are staggering as far as like projections. Like, we're looking at, per the numbers, like a 4-year deal with approximately $80 million. We're talking $50 million in guarantees, $20 million a year. So like, it's a big number that is expected for Trey Smith. So is he worth it? And to me, I still think the answer is yes, because of a couple of things. So two things can both be true. One, Trey Smith could be overpaid, and two, Trey Smith could still be worth it. Now, the reason I say that is because in free agency, you usually end up overpaying because it is a bidding war, right? Yes, you should still be smart and make the right decisions and not try to overpay, but more often than not, you end up overpaying in free agency. That's just the nature of the game. And if I'm going to overpay, I'm going to overpay at a premium position, especially a position of need, which is, of course, offensive line. Good offensive linemen rarely, if ever, hit the free agency market, folks. Like, this is essentially something that never happens. So to me, you got to take advantage of that. I know Trey Smith, his play dropped off in the playoffs, and maybe he's not worth so-called the bag that the Bears could potentially throw at him, but I still think it's worth the investment just because it's a position of need on the interior of the offensive line. He's a fit, he's young, he's 25 years old. So to me, I would still go ahead and take this gamble. And we just heard the salary cap went up, so that of course helps the Bears there. So to me, I'm still going forward and throwing a bag at Trey Smith and hopefully getting him signed here if I'm the Chicago Bears. But I hear what people are saying about, maybe you got to be a little careful here. But look, folks, I'm telling you, good offensive linemen just don't hit free agency. Teams rarely, if ever, let them go. Doesn't mean you can't draft them. Doesn't mean you can't get them in other avenues like trade. But in free agency, it rarely happens. So to me, Trey Smith, I still would take that gamble. So let me know what you guys think about this. Leave a comment down below. Would you want the Bears to sign Trey Smith in free agency and throw a bag at him? As always,